Okay, yes. And nextly we will move. So next part that's regarding to embedded system. Okay. Yes. Embedded system is actually what? Combination of hardware and software. Okay. Embedded something like what? Arduino, do you know? It is a combination of the hardware and the software. Yes. Okay. Embedded system is a combination of yes. Okay, first of all, right next one. Embedded systems. We will do that one also. Have a time now? Yes. Actually, embedded system is a combination of hardware and software, which is designed to carry out a specific set of function. It can be carry out a specific set of function that can be hardware function. It can be something with the software function. Especially something like Arduino board. Okay, there can be carry out some functions. So the hardware is electronic. Hardware is electronic, electrical, or electromechanical. So embedded system can based on something like what? Microcontrollers, microprocessor, and system on chips. You have to remember these three. Okay. Actually, first of all, I will tell embedded system is a combination of hardware and the software, which is designed to carry out a specific set of functions. Okay. So hardware is electronic or electrical or electromagnetic. It can be electronic, it can be electrical or electromechanical. That's three. So normally embedded system can be based on microcontrollers, microprocessor or system on chips. Okay. If it is taken with the microcontrollers. So this has CPU. This has CPU in addition to some RAM and ROM. Okay. This has a CPU addition to some RAM and ROM and other what peripherals all embedded onto one single chip. Okay. All are embedded to one single chip. Something like a motherboard. Okay. In the microprocessor can be integrated circuit which only has a CPU on the chip. Okay. Microprocessor is a what? Circuit which only has a CPU on the chip. There are only has a CPU on the chip. Microcontrollers. This has a CPU addition to some RAM and ROM that other peripheral are embedded into the single chip. Microprocessor, it is integrated circuit which only has a CPU on the chip. And other thing is system on the chips. Microcontroller there, microprocessor there, system on the chips. So system on the chip, this may contain microcontroller as one its component. Okay. This may contain in a microcontroller as one of its component. Something like what? They almost always will be something with CPU memory. It can be input output something ports, secondary storage. They all should be combination there. Okay, so you can write that. Can you please write this underline things? Okay, so embedded system. Embedded system is a combination of hardware and the software which is designed to carry out a specific set of functions. Okay. So the hardware, electrical and electronic, something with the electromechanical. Okay. So they are having three main components. What are they? Microcontrollers, microprocessor, and the system on the chips. Okay, these are the components that can be seen on there. Okay. Can you please write down these underline parts? Yes. Write them on. Okay, I'll give time. Discipline. Okay, write it. Yes. That are the components. What are they? They are having microcontrollers, microprocessors, and system on the chips. Okay, write it. Okay, you can write these are the components of what? Hmm. Component of embedded systems. What are the components there? Microcontrollers, microprocessors, and system on the chips. Okay, write them. Yes, write quickly. Yes, I think you wrote down. These are the components of the embedded systems. You have to remember embedded system is a combination of hardware and software. It's designed to carry out a specific set of functions. Okay, can be carry out a specific set of functions. So hardware is electronic, electrical, or electromechanical. Okay, it can be electronic, electrical, or electromechanical. So embedded system can be based on microcontrollers, microprocessors, and the system on chips. They are components: microcontrollers, microprocessor, and system on chips. Okay, they will be the components of the embedded systems. So embedded system will have a specific set of tasks, like in the figure 3.6 summarizes. Okay, so here this is an important part. The embedded system. Look at it. The embedded system components have software and the hardware. As previously tell, embedded system is the combination of software and the hardware on an embedded system. So there should be have good user interface. It should be have a good user interface, and there should be have some form of output, and they are having analog or digital input. It can be have analog input or digital input, both. Okay. It can be have analog input or digital input. Okay. So according to the what section, it can be sometime they are sharing analog input. Sometimes they can be sharing only ones and zero, the digital input. Okay. And there are feedback, but oriented systems. It can be feedback for what oriented system. There can be analog or digital signal. And embedded system can contain what? Sensor input. Okay. It can be container for sensor input, mechanical component, and what? Activators and the softwares. Okay. This embedded system can contain sensor input, mechanical component, activators, and software. Okay. And also they are having some of the latest embedded system. They are having some of the latest embedded system used for very powerful dual and quad core CPUs. Okay, it dual and quad CPUs and variety of input output connection that lead into number of application. It lead into very number of applications. Okay, these are the what the embedded system running on these conditions. You have to remember they are having should be have user interface, and low-code digital input. According to that, there should be have some form of output. Clear? That are the things. Can you please write down this, sir? Okay, take time, it's fine. Can you please write down this figure? These are the main thing that should be following up with the embedded system. Okay, write it down. Yes, write down. Write it. Yes, write. Okay, these are the components should be having in the embedded systems. No, they are having feedback with the orientation system, and the embedded system can be contain sensor input, mechanism composition, and actor and the software. And also some of the latest embedded system use very powerful dual and quad CPU and variety of input output correction leading to a number of applications. So software and hardware on the embedded system. So there should be have user input, user interface, and local digital input and some form of the output. Okay, these are the things that should be following up with the embedded system. Okay, yes. So when you are installed in a device, okay, you wrote, yes. When installed on a device, either operator can input data manually with something like what? For example, select the temperature from the keypad or turn on dial oven control panel. In the oven control panel, do you know you can input what? The temperature manually 20 degrees, 30 degrees, such that. Or the data will come from automatic source, such as with a sensor. In modern era, did you see it automatically detect the what temperature using a what sensor. So this sensor input will be analog or digital in nature. For example, input such as oxygen level, the fuel pressure of the car engine management system. The output will be carry out the function of the embedded system by sending signal to the component that are the being controlled. So normally they are having sensors with the embedded system. Is that clear? Okay, they are having sensors. The sensors calculate the physical things, something like what temperature, pressure, anything. Okay, it can be calculated physically. According to that physical changings, it can be worked out. Okay, like that one can be calculated using sensors. Okay, embedded system can be calculated using sensors. So these are the benefit and the drawbacks of the embedded system. Okay, can you write down this one as a homework? Okay, yes. You can write down this table as a homework. We will discuss this thing on the later on. Okay, is it fine? Yes. You have some time right now. No, yes. You can write this one and leave. Otherwise, you can write it at home. Listen better. Okay, so these are I will explain this one on the next day. What are the benefits and the drawbacks of the embedded systems? Okay. So I'll wind out the session for today. It's almost time up. Yes, that's why. Yes, they are having little time. Okay, it's fine. Okay, right. Okay, so I'll wind out the session. We'll discuss other thing on the next day. The important of the future is okay. I have to do extra classes also. I will inform that one. Okay. Yes. So I will wind down the session for today. See you on the next day. Okay. Okay. Bye. See you. Yes. See you.